Hello, my name is Chris Hottel. It's Friday, September 1st, and today I would like to talk to you about my vision or eyesight experience. And before I get into kind of the details of that, I need to take care of one thing, so I'll be right back. Dennis, can you come help me take care of something real quick, please? Thank you. Alright, so Dennis is helping me, he's filming. So what I got to do right now is I got to take Valium, or the generic for it is diazepam or whatever. But anyway, I need to take this. This prescription is only for one pill, and I've got to take this about an hour before a procedure that I will be having. So just bear with me for a second.
So this ain't gonna give us the effect as the Xanax, the diazepam. I can't say it either.
Yeah, this is Valium. I've taken this one time before for a MRI of my head about 4 years ago, and it didn't have too much of an effect on me.
And they didn't find anything, did they?
No, it came back normal.
Normal or empty?
Normal for airhead, yeah. And then last year I had an abdominal MRI, and I had Xanax, and it was much stronger and much more wonderful of an experience.
I didn't think you could take narcotics.
Oh, that's your Aunt Zed, or may she rest in peace. And so now I'm doing another head MRI this afternoon in about an hour, and I got Valium again, so we'll see what kind of effect it has on me a little bit later.
Diazepam.
Diazepam. I don't know. I can't say it. Alright, so that's all for this segment. Okay, so I'm back, and Dennis is driving, because when you take Valium or Xanax for an MRI, you're not supposed to drive. Even though it's not had a chance to take effect, it will, but later, and anyway, so you get that.
And where are we sitting?
Okay, so vision. So as a kid, didn't have any trouble with my vision. First incident that I had with my vision that required attention was about junior high. I had trouble seeing far away, chalkboard in school, that kind of thing. For those of you who are too young to remember chalkboards and use whiteboards now, it's kind of what we used in school back in the day.
They're coming back now.
Oh, cool. And so I had to get some glasses so I could see far away. I could see up close fine, but not far away. Later on, when I was in high school, my parents finally allowed me to get contact lenses between my junior and senior year in high school. They figured by that time I would be old enough to be responsible to take care of contact lenses, since they are a little more expensive and require a little more responsibility. So that was it. So as a kid and adolescent and teenager, didn't really have any problems with my vision beyond the normal type of farsightedness and nearsightedness that a lot of people have. And then about 11 years ago, I came down with mono and had all the fatigue and felt lethargic and sore throat and just all kinds of misery with mono. But the weirdest and the last symptom to go away after all those weeks and months from it was I got double vision, mostly on my left side and sometimes in the middle, but not to the right side. And so that was my first incident of having trouble with double vision. Eventually I did get over that double vision caused, or at least a symptom from the mono. And then about, I guess 5 years ago, the double vision reoccurred, and it came on strong while we were on vacation in Arizona. We had gotten to the Grand Canyon, and the next morning when we got up, it was just there, and it affected and pretty much ruined the rest of my vacation as far as from vision standpoint. Dennis had to take over and be the driver of the rental car.
And Lord, that was like the end of the world.
Yeah, because as most of you know, I'm a terrible passenger and can hardly ride with anybody. So for him to have to drive the rest of the trip was just very anxious for both of us. And we had to wait till we got to a large enough town where a pharmacy had a eye patch for me to wear, so I wouldn't walk around and just be disoriented by seeing double images everywhere. So since that incident at the Grand Canyon, when I had the onset of that double vision, since that time, went through probably the next 4 years, experienced a variation in the degree of severity with the double vision. Sometimes it would be restricted to just the extreme left side of my vision field. Sometimes it would be exactly half. Sometimes it would go past the middle. And it would fluctuate from day to day. Sometimes every few hours it would just come on and go away. And it was very difficult for the ophthalmologist that I was seeing to be able to diagnose, treat, try to determine a cause, to help me deal with that unpredictable scenario. Now, over the course of the last several months to maybe a year, the double vision has somewhat stabilized, meaning that I have pretty much a consistent amount of double vision on my left side and mostly in the middle, to where every day when I drive I wear an eye patch over my left eye, since it's pretty useless as far as the function it's supposed to have, and trying to work with my right eye and trying to see a single image. And so because of that, I've gone back to a different ophthalmologist, and 3 weeks ago he took some measurements with my eyes looking at various directions. He got some readings from that, and he ordered an MRI, and so that's where we are today. I'm going to go have an MRI of my brain and my head to see if they see anything physically around my left eye that may be causing that muscle or that nerve to not work correctly, and then maybe be able to determine the next step in treatment. And if they don't, either way, my next appointment's going to be in November for him to take a second set of measurements to see if it's going to be consistent with the measurements he took 3 weeks ago. So about a 3 month span. So we're getting ready. We're just now arriving to the hospital parking lot, and so we're going to go in here and we get checked in, and we'll provide an update a little bit later. Okay, I've registered, I've filled out all my paperwork, had a brief talk with the MRI tech, and he's getting the room prepped and getting ready to have my scans. Yeah. So it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be a good experience. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah. He said it had a big head. I hope it'll fit in that tube.
Sliced.
Yeah, he kept talking about slicing. All right, so I'm gonna leave my phone in Dennis's capable hands and my wallet.
Really?
Yeah. So
let's go on a trip, Darlene.
Yeah. All right. So and y'all didn't get to see me kind of be silly as I was registering because the volume started to kind of take effect. I'm feeling kind of relaxed, but not as loopy as I was on the Xanax. So if you were looking forward to that, sorry to disappoint you, but I'm pretty much just chilling.
But if you can believe it or not, it makes him longer winded in his answers than normal. So just imagine.
Yeah. Okay. All right, well, I will see you all after the procedure's done and let you know how it went, and we'll go from there. Well, hello. I made it through my MRI. My chauffeur is going to take me to McDonald's for dinner. That seems to be a tradition. Every time I have an MRI, we go to McDonald's. And I had an MRI with and without contrast.
This don't go through.
I was a good patient. And Dennis is taking me for a ride.
I know I went the wrong way. I want to go on that one.
And it was wonderful. They put my head in like a little brace thing. They put headphones in, pumped in some 80s music, and filled the gaps with some claws to keep my head steady. Told me to keep my eyeball steady, and I said, well, if I close my eyes, I'll be able to do that. So I did, and they had the music nice and loud to where it drowned out all the knocking of the MRI machine, so that was wonderful. So, and the Valium did its job as far as relaxing me, and so it was just great. Yeah, here you go.
Well, I thought I could go around it.
Yeah, we probably could eventually, but no.
Well, I should have went on.
Well, I'm gonna keep my phone down here so it won't be in the way we can see. So anyway, so later I will tell you all about. I'll do a demonstration of kind of just how severe my eye movement is, or lack of, after we kind of get our food and get home and everything. So.
Well, that place cleared out, didn't it?
Yeah. So stay tuned. Hey Dennis, do the dab for me.
You don't do this, you better be careful.
Well, we've placed our order at McDonald's, and
they didn't do anything about the chins.
And we're in the drive-through. Oh, now we're going to finally get to move. The person right in front of us, they were leaving too much of a gap.
Yes, I don't like gaps.
Yeah. Hello, so I'm back. So when I first started seeing the ophthalmologist about 5 years ago, the first term that they used to describe the condition I was having with my double vision was cranial nerve 6 palsy. And that's because the 6th cranial nerve, which is the outer muscle that controls your eyes turning outward, was being inhibited. So that's the first label to describe the condition I was experiencing. Later on, about 3 or 4 years ago, the next ophthalmologist I was seeing basically labeled it as myasthenia gravis, and she was treating me with some prescription. Did my first MRI with her to determine whether or not it really was myasthenia gravis, but it was inconclusive, and there's not really been enough evidence to support that diagnosis. With the current ophthalmologist that I'm seeing now, the condition that we're going with as far as describing it is as adult strabismus, and that's the reason we're specifying the adult is because I didn't experience strabismus in childhood like a lot of people do, and then sometimes they have a reoccurrence of it in adulthood. But I never had it in childhood. I've only had it while being an adult. Now I want to demonstrate to you kind of what it looks like to someone looking at me when I'm experiencing difficulty with my vision. Whenever I look to the right, you'll notice that both my left and my right eye are working together, and that nothing looks unusual. And when I look to my right, I can see everything in single vision. When I look straight ahead at the camera, from your standpoint, it may not look like my eyes are out of alignment, but I see a slight double image when I look straight ahead. Now, when I look to the left, you can probably tell how my eyes are not working together. My left eye cannot turn all the way out to the left. My right eye overcompensates for it. And from your perspective, it may look like my right eye is out of control, but it's actually doing all the work to give me full range of motion. It's my left eye that won't work, and I see double on the left side. So I don't know if I did that very well. I guess I'll have to check it out. So I'm going to try to finish this video. I'm looking to the right. Now watch my eyes. So what I hope to accomplish with this is to have another visit with eye doctor in November, have my measurements taken again, and then possibly have surgery by the end of the year to get my two eyes in alignment to where I don't see double, at least straight ahead. My peripheral vision may never be correct again, but I'm willing to live with limited peripheral vision as long as my straight ahead vision can be single vision images again. All right, so that's kind of where this journey's begun. Stay tuned in November whenever I give a report. I may give another report before then once I hear back from the doctor on my MRI results that I had today. Thank you.